Hi, welcome to the Stage Blank podcast, a podcast where we uplift creative voices and have meaningful conversations about art and life. I am your host today. My name is Ganeet Mahal, and today we're joined by our lovely guest, Muskaan Arora, singer, poet, and songwriter.
Thanks for having me. My name is Muskaan, and I'm a singer and songwriter. I also do poetry, which translates a lot into my songwriting. I have been into music ever since I could basically talk. I've been singing for as long as I remember, and I recently shifted into it full time after I graduated. So I'm working on making music, writing, and singing, and all that fun stuff.
That's awesome. So, what made you said that you've been doing it your whole life. What made you decide to make that shift into pursuing it full time as a professional?
Yeah, so I always had the idea of pursuing it professionally. Like I always had it in the back of my mind that, oh, like as a kid, I used to be like, oh, I want to be a singer. And like before I even knew what it was fully.
Yeah.
But gradually I grew into it. I realized that this is definitely the path that I want to take.
Mhm.
I did want to finish I did want to finish school before I got into it full time, which is why I did a whole degree and then now I'm into it full time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I think you were saying as well that because you write poetry, it translates into your songwriting.
hmm
So um, being a singer, a poet, and a songwriter, does one of those things act as the foundation for the others, or how do they overlap with each other for you?
So I'd say I've sang the longest. Like I do sing a lot more per se because well so far because I've done a lot of covers and I've done a lot of I've learned a lot while singing growing up. I took some lessons for a while as well. In terms of poetry, I do like to write poetry. It a lot of times it just becomes like a foundation for like lyrics or like songwriting or like when I write, I just kind of automatically add a melody to it, so it becomes a song.
Yeah.
I do have like poems otherwise as well, but I like to share them in the form of songs.
Mm. Yeah, so your poems kind of end up becoming your
A
songs
lot
in a
of them,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Are there certain things that inspire you to write poetry or to write music, or what uh, what kind of sparks that creativity to start writing? Or
Um, it's a lot of things. First of all, it's just imagination. A lot of people do ask me like, "Oh, where'd you come up with that?" Or like they ask if there has been a moment which inspired a specific song or something, and all I tell them is, "I don't know. I just sat there and it came to me." So a lot of times it's in that sense. Other times it's more like, "Oh, this is something I want to write about, something specific," and I sit there and like research about it or like maybe read something and like try to be inspired. Um, so yeah, it just kind of depends. Um,
yeah. Um, so, being based in Brampton, how has the local creative community influenced your art and your creative experiences and things like that?
yeah, so I'm actually really lucky to be a part of like a larger artistic community here because
Mhm.
there are a lot of artists here in Brampton and in
There
the
are.
GTA throughout,
Mhm.
and it's just so cool to like see people from like different backgrounds and like different backgrounds within South Asia just come and like we connect over music and singing and writing and all that kind of stuff. So it's inspiring to see what other people are doing and just it helps you kind of grow as an artist, helps you grow your work. So it's nice. It's inspirational and it's also nice because we can all listen to and enjoy each other's music.
Do you meet creatives often in Brampton, or like
I try to, yeah. Like
yeah.
I try to go to like open mics or like even just like reaching out online. I feel like it's fun and it helps you kind of learn and also like network.
Yeah, I feel like online there's always it's like an open community, like you have the world at
Exactly.
your fingertips. Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you
Yeah.
feel that you've met more people in person or online, like made more connections?
Um, I'd say it's definitely a mix
Yeah.
because like in person, I think I've met them more in like Toronto or like throughout like in like multiple places in the GTA, but online, like sometimes you don't even know where someone's from, but then you reach out to them and it's like, oh, like we're like literally in the same city. So it's like it's fun. So it's
Yeah.
I'd say it's a good mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, you had mentioned that your core goal is to create an emotional space where listeners feel heard and seen and
Yeah.
connect emotionally.
Yeah.
So, is there a particular moment or a song that you heard that made you realize the beautiful power of music?
Um I think it's hard to pinpoint a single song because I grew up listening to just so many things, even as like a kid. Like my parents are really fond of listening to music, so
Yeah,
I was like I kind of always grew up with it, having it around. Um it's it's hard to find a single song that like just kind of it wasn't like an aha kind of moment where it
yeah,
just like one thing just kind of switched everything. It
yeah.
was just kind of like a gradual build. So there's a lot of songs like I'm a big Bollywood fan. So a
Mhm.
lot of like Bollywood songs, especially like the early 2000 songs are like closely connected to me cuz I grew up listening to them. They inspire what I write and like just kind of how I sing now. So there's there are a lot of songs.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I feel like as we're growing up, a lot of things shape our experiences and,
Absolutely.
um, yeah, like you said, your parents, are huge music fans. Are they
Yeah.
musicians, or do they just, like, really enjoy music and
They're not musicians, but yeah, they really just enjoy listening to music
yeah.
and they had that growing up as well.
Mhm.
So it wasn't just like I became interested in music and they followed. It was kind of like they love to listen to music, different kinds of music. So I grew up listening to a lot of it and it was actually my mom who found that I can sing.
Yeah,
She noticed that really early on that I was able to catch on to melodies and like remember lyrics and stuff. So she kind of just put that idea in my head, kind of nudged me in that direction. And I'm so grateful because of that I'm here.
yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had a similar kind of thing with my mom, so I understand that, like, you can, like, build,
Yeah.
like, your interests when you have, like, a supportive
Hmm.
environment, and that's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
So, tell me about your songwriting. Um, you said that you have a lot of different things, and sometimes the songs just or the poems just they just come to you.
Hmm.
But songwriting is like a vulnerable craft. Poetry,
Yeah.
these are all vulnerable things.
Hmm.
So how do you what's your experience with that vulnerability and sharing that with people and putting it
Yeah.
out in the world?
It definitely is a vulnerable thing. It's you know, writing from your experiences and also writing from your imagination. So it is I'm a pretty introverted person. So
Yeah.
for me, it's kind of like things I can't say, I can sing them. Like I can put them into lyrics instead of just in day-to-day conversation. So I think I enjoy that aspect of it.
Mhm.
Um and yeah, it does take a minute for me to kind of put it out and just process that it's out and everyone can hear it. It's kind of like everyone can hear the thoughts in your head. So it's but again, I the reason why I do it and I love to do it is because I listen to so many artists who just I feel like they're saying things that are in my head, that are my emotions. So my goal is that my music can hopefully do that for someone else, like express their thoughts. Sometimes we have emotions that we're not able to explain, but you listen to a song or you listen to any kind of any art, you experience any sort of art and you feel this emotion or this thought and it's nice to feel seen. So I like to do that so that maybe I can make someone else feel seen.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Mhm.
Are there certain topics that you like to focus on? Kind of extending that uh, emotion to others and trying to connect to others. Are there certain topics?
Um, I'd say I'm definitely open to like writing or discussing multiple different topics.
Mhm.
Um, to pinpoint, like currently, like right now, I am focusing a lot on like cinematic kind of romantic music because I do have an album coming out and that
Awesome.
focuses on that. And it's focused on this kind of female perspective on love and on it's kind of like a love story, but it's from her side. But I definitely don't want to like confine myself to one type of genre or style
Mm,
or like one mood.
yeah,
Um, so as I write, as I grow, as I experience things, I'll definitely expand to a lot of different topics.
yeah. Okay. Awesome. So lots of things. I have so many questions, but and the album sounds amazing. I'll get to the album in a second. I
Yeah.
wanted to ask about the you said that you consider yourself like an introverted person.
Mhm.
So how is that experience with music and putting yourself out there with the introversion? Do you feel like, because I'm like that too,
Mhm.
um, do you feel like you've had certain growth moments or just yourself as a person? Has the process of making these songs, putting music out there, putting yourself out there, has it changed you as a person?
Um, it's changed me as a person in the sense that I've just learned so much.
Yeah.
Like it's obviously a learning process and it's a never-ending process, of course. Um, but yeah, being an introvert, I don't see it as like a disadvantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see it kind of more as like when you're like in touch with your emotions and your thoughts, so you're channeling that into your music, into your art. And instead of like if I can't say something because I'm shy or if I'm like introverted, like, oh, but here's a song about it. So it's like that sometimes. But I've always been introverted and so I've always that's kind of like fueled me more to like writing because like I said, when you can't say something, then you can write it and you can kind of work with that.
Hmm.
So it's maybe they go hand in hand. I'm not sure, but it's working for me.
Yeah. Sounds like it helps you be more introspective, more reflective, and
Mhm.
sort of powers that.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you working on right now with the album that you mentioned?
So I'm working on my very first album. Um, and it's called Tu Hai Nasha. And it's something I have been dreaming about for years and years. Like as a kid, I was like, oh, like when I got into singing and like, oh, one day I'll be a singer. And like, oh, I'll put out an album someday. Cause like, that's what I saw artists doing at the time. And I was like, oh, like one day like, I'll do that. And now that moment is here and it's
Yeah,
really surreal.
awesome.
um, it's again, it's a dream project, so it's something that's very close to my heart. Yeah, some of the songs on there have been with me for like years and years and years now. Others are new, but again,
Mhm.
it's an interwoven kind of concept album, which is about love from a feminine perspective. It's if like when you hear it in order, it's actually about kind of the stages of falling in love,
Oh,
and it's a happy ending.
yeah,
So, yeah, all the songs just kind of reflect this. They have like love as the core of it, and how love is like intoxicating, but in a good way. Just kind of feelings of longing and like this sometimes a little bit of flirtiness and just kind of that emotion.
I think
Yeah.
you said the name of the album, "Tu Hai Nasha." It
Yeah.
also, and then there's like feelings of love as intoxicating, and
Yeah.
so yeah, I
Yeah.
can see the title coming into into
Yeah.
perspective. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you start making the album or working on it?
Um, in terms of like writing, again, that was a long process. Like some of the songs I had for like a really long time. Others I wrote more recently, kind of more like structured for the album specifically. Others just kind of naturally made their way in that I wrote like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I started working on it last year and I did the whole like I spent months researching, just like drafting kind of like budgets, timelines, just kind of figuring out how it works essentially, right?
Yeah.
I started making, well, I don't make the music. I got it composed, but that whole recording and all that music process happened. It started in January. So, and then, yeah, basically, I'd say the past just under a year or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. It sounds like a big undertaking and a lot of things to I mean, there's a lot that goes into like putting it all together. So
Yeah.
how is that? Like, how did you learn? What did you learn? And what was
Yeah.
that? What was like your major learnings throughout the whole process?
My major learning is that I should have given myself a little more time. um, I I think I may have underestimated the time scale a little bit, or overestimated, sorry, the time scale a little bit. But we're making it work. Um, there's a lot of things I learned. Of course, this was the first time I put out a project at this scale. I put out songs before, but they were more kind of like experimental, just kind of getting into it. Like, not that they weren't meaningful, but just kind of um they were a little fun. They were a little like when I was still in school and like they were just kind of different, I guess.
Mhm.
The songs that I have for this are like interwoven. They're connected. They have a theme. They're musically also like, it's a concept and it's a concept album. So they're linked together. They have like these kinds of musical moments where you'll see how they are connected when you hear them. Um but yeah, no, it's been it's been a lot of fun. It's been also difficult at times because I'm an independent artist and I'm doing it all independently.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of things you have to focus on, like you have to focus on the music, you have to focus on the marketing and just all the other logistical things in between. So it's been interesting, but definitely a fun experience and a lot of like a big learning experience.
Yeah. What What do you think is the one thing that if you could go back to when you were starting, what
hmm
would you say to yourself to make it easier?
I would tell myself to I would give myself a little more time.
Yeah.
And then um I guess yeah, time would be the biggest thing because with time, like I would kind of structure out the content a little better.
Mhm.
That's not my strongest pursuit, but it's something I'm growing in. So maybe just kind of figure out ways in which I can better that, maybe.
By content, do you mean like online, like social media?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a huge it's like I feel like artists have to like double have like multiple jobs, right?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
Did you
much.
get any help or any coaching or any like assistance? Because you had to like basically do 10 jobs, right?
Yeah.
to put this all together.
Um, I wouldn't say I got any coaching or assistance.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of like advice and help from like again the music community in general.
Hmm.
Um, but I've pretty much done the actual work myself. Um,
That's amazing.
yeah. Yeah, it's content creating that just is a whole different kind of skill, and that's something that takes time to develop. And I'm working on that as I'm working on the project and the release. Um, but yeah, it's a lot. Like it's a lot. The content I think is a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, there's a lot of discourse around like marketing
Mhm.
yourself as artists on social media while also staying true to yourself as an artist.
Mhm.
How do you balance that, or what has been your experience with that?
Yeah, so it's I think it's finding that kind of like fine line in between because you don't want to lose yourself as an artist, as like your artistic identity because of content and like virality and like trends. I feel like a lot of times we focus on that because of social media and like the world today, but we kind of lose that essence artistically. Like for myself, I'd say I prioritize the artistic identity a lot more than just like the content.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like good music is i- inevitably gonna be the thing that lasts. Um, like good music will last and it will find its way.
Mm,
Like I feel like content creating and like social media should be kind of assisting the music. The music shouldn't be secondary to the content.
yeah.
So I try my best to put the music first and then do everything I can content wise and social media wise to back that up and hopefully get it to as many listeners.
Yeah, because it's also a tool, to get to connect with other people.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
in some ways it can be a lot to deal with,
Mhm.
but also at the same time, it's like it helps you connect with people.
Yeah.
And like you were saying before, like with the music community, like that's
Mhm.
how you found some people,
Yeah.
and this is probably how you're going to find some of your audience as well.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We know that you've been working on a music video project as well. Does that relate to the album?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So it has abstract and pastel aesthetics, I've heard. Yes.
Yeah.
How does that relate to? Um, so how are you connecting the visual to the music? What is the story?
So I did have like pastel and abstract artwork for the music video that I already put out.
Okay.
It was for my song Mitgivi, which is part of the album.
Yeah.
And I basically wanted so a line in the song is Mitgivi bhardu mein rango se tera asman. So what that means is that even if I erase myself, I can fill your sky or paint your sky with colors.
Wow.
So my whole idea was that I wanted something to do with like painting because you can like paint the sky with color. So like maybe like a painting room. So um I was trying to make this set with lots of paintings and kind of make this abstract, just like you're sitting and you're painting kind of thing to complement what I'm saying
Yeah.
in the song. So yeah, it was a fun experience and it was not my first, but my first music video at this scale, at this level,
Mm.
and kind of again more intentional for the music. So yeah, it was fun.
How is the process of planning the music video?
Very different from the song making process.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things like you have to worry about props and your outfits and just time like you have to time everything so that you can get it done in time because again you're using resources, you're finding a space, there's a lot that goes into it. And direction and like writing, figuring out what each scene is going to do
Yeah.
is a lot. It's fun, it's definitely fun. It's a different kind of experience and it's fun when you see like the end product and like you can see how you were like behind the scenes and how everything just kind of ends up being this fun like project. Like when you see the final product, it makes it all worth it.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to ask because I feel like a lot of the time creatives tend to be either experienced with or like to do a lot of different creative things.
Hmm.
So when you were figuring out that whole music video process, did you like that or was it like a challenge that
Um, I enjoyed it. I
yeah.
enjoyed the music video process. It was a challenge because, like, it was also challenging because I don't consider myself as an actor. So kind of portraying this like character on screen and like getting into character and like thinking like my videographer was telling me to just like think like the person on screen, like think what your character would do.
Mm.
And I'm like, that makes sense, but I don't know how to do that. So it was challenging in that sense, but again, it was fun and you know, at the end of the day, it was for this project that I care about so much. So it just kind of naturally happened.
Mm. So, did you think of the story for the music video kind of after the song was made, or was it uh, like whatever you used as inspiration for the song that became the music video?
Um, no, the music video concept came after the song was made. And even like when it was entirely made, when it was produced as well. And also when the entire album was kind of underway, that's when
Hmm.
I thought of like what can we do to kind of introduce the audience to this world
Yeah,
because it's going to be the first song that's out from the album. So it it happened kind of naturally, just based on the lyrics and based on the style of the song. Um, so it happened after.
yeah. Do you plan on doing? Is that the main music video for the album, or do you plan on doing more for
There
the
is
other
another,
songs? Okay,
yeah, there
okay,
is another. Um, the title song comes out May 29th.
awesome.
So there is a video that will come for that as well.
Everybody listen to it.
um So that's for now, and then I'll put out the album. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another video. Maybe, maybe not. But like I haven't decided yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So the storyboarding process for the music video, did you start that when the album was finished, or like?
Well, the album was still in process while we did that music video.
Mhm.
Um, but again, conceptually we had decided what we're gonna do with the album.
Yeah,
So and then specifically that song. So it was so the concept of the song came after that song was 100% finished. And it was the first song we did as well, so that we'd have time for the music video.
who's your ideal listener? Like, who are the songs for, do you think? Are they a version of yourself, or is there somebody that you want to hear your songs and connect to and be like, "Oh, yeah, I I this song understands me."
Um, well, I write a lot of Hindi music, so I do want to cater to the South Asian audience. It's also very cinematic. It's very Bollywood inspired because I grew up listening to a lot of Bollywood.
Yeah,
So listeners who enjoy that kind of music will definitely enjoy mine as well. Um, but other than that, it's hard to kind of pinpoint who it's for. It's for anyone who is going through something similar or has that emotion, and it's they don't want to feel alone having that
mhm,
feeling. So it's basically for anyone.
yeah, awesome. Yeah, because I guess everyone has experiences with love, so it's not,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
like everyone has a different kind of love story or a different phase that they're in. And there's a song for all of that
yeah.
in this project.
So it's from, it's a love story from the female point of view,
Hmm.
and I know that you were talking on your social media about how you feel like there's not a lot of female perspective in
Yeah.
music sometimes.
Hmm.
And was this inspired by that, or was it just kind of naturally kind of happened?
Um, it happened naturally. Um, because again, I'm writing from my perspective, right? Female
Yeah.
perspective. That was just something I noticed, like in the past like in the past few years, and I guess in the past decade, I feel like lesser there's lesser and lesser songs from just the female point of view. I'm seeing a lot of like female like covers or like female versions of songs that exist, but not just lots and lots of songs from just the female POV. So I wanted to bring attention to that and also share that I'm bringing this music that comes from a feminine lens, and it's cinematic and it's beautiful, and it it represents like, your deeper inner feelings in a way that it's is relatable, and it's also for anyone, basically. Anyone can hear it and relate to it and enjoy it.
Awesome. Do you have any artistic inspirations, like any singers or anyone who inspired you either when you were younger to pursue music or that inspired your style of music that you did for this album?
Um, Again, I grew up listening to a lot of Bollywood.
Yeah.
So, I do have like a lot of singers there, like Shreya Ghoshal or like Sunidhi Chauhan. Like, they have really inspired how I sing and how I write as well, like their music.
Hmm.
Um, they kind of helped shape my voice as well because I grew up listening to a lot of their songs, and I would try to mimic their style and like the way that they're singing. And somewhere with that, I found my own style as well. Um, so yeah.
Yeah.
But again, there's a lot of influences. Like I also enjoy like Western music. I love Ariana.
Yeah.
I think so. Again, all I keep drawing inspiration from different artists, and then at this point, I keep bringing it to myself, where I'm trying to create my own voice and my own style that draws inspiration from all these people, but is still unique.
Do you
Yeah.
feel that that's been something more recent, or do you find that you always had your own your own voice, or was that like a journey to sort of find that?
It was definitely a journey because like I wasn't necessarily ever trying to copy someone specifically, right? But as you get older, you realize what works for you, what doesn't, what
Mhm.
you sound good in, and like just focusing on your strengths and like trying to work on your weaknesses. So it's definitely a journey. Um,
Yeah, I think because it's 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 with everyone that's all singers. I feel like we're
mhm.
everyone that grows up with music. You're listening to different people, so that's
Yeah,
who like your yeah, that's what your environment is, your musical
yeah,
environment, right?
yeah,
So and then it's and then as you start to make music, I think you have to figure out how to express who you are because you are a unique person already. Like you don't need to
yeah.
be someone, but I
hmm
think it's that process of translating that into the music, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Do you think that this album represents you and like your own voice
yeah.
that you found?
100%, a
Yeah.
100%. This is again a project I've been working on for a long time and thinking about, dreaming about for an even longer time.
Mhm.
And it's something that just kind of showcases music that I grew up with and how it inspired me in so many ways, and kind of just putting that out into the world. Like, this is my version of that.
Mhm.
Um, so it's a nice introduction to me, actually, just based on like the kind of music I like to listen to, the kind of like cover songs that I do, or like,
You're on a journey
yeah, like
of
it represents like my journey now,
mhm.
like the starting of my music journey,
Yeah,
basically.
awesome. Was there you were talking about, like, the character in the music video and the character in the song.
Mm-hmm.
So, the songs and you said that the album, it's a concept album and you go in order and you find that it's, like, different stages of love. So,
Yeah.
is it, like how did you come up with that concept, or how did you you've been working on it for years, I know that. But
Yeah.
is it, like, personal experiences? Is it, like everyone writes differently, or is it, like, you thought of a character or a story that you heard or something like that?
hmm So it's not from personal experiences. It's something I imagined.
Yeah.
It's yeah, like I imagine this character, this person, and just kind of like a movie. Like I love watching movies, so I wanted to like kind of like seeing a movie through listening to music through songs.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it's about this character and she's going through this love story and this is kind of like the soundtrack of that love story as she goes from like liking someone and then she's like fully in love with them and then, ties into Nasha, which means intoxicating and it's about how love is intoxicating, but it refers to that in a good way, in a kind of like fun and flirty kind of way, as opposed to like in a negative way.
Awesome. So, would you be okay with giving us a little taste of one of your songs or a sample of your music?
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Or whenever you feel good.
डर लगता है दिल को मेरे टूट न जाए नादान है ये अगर पार ले तू मेरे दिल की दीवारें फिर मैं तुझे बता दूं क्या इश्क मेरा है रे मिट के भी भर दूं मैं रंगों से तेरा आसमां कोई दवा न ढूंढूं मैं चाहूं बस तेरा नशा
That's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love
thank
that.
you.
That's amazing. It sounds
Thank
so
you.
sweet. And like you're getting I feel like the way that the melody goes, like I'm getting the feeling of like the Nusha that you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Do you want to explain just this little bit that you sang, what it means?
Yeah, for sure. So this is it opens the album and it talks about so the pre-chorus says again from this girl's point of view that I'm scared, I'm scared of getting my heart broken. It's innocent and should I let you in? Should I break the walls and let you in? Or actually it's more like are you able to break the walls and get into my heart? Like can you make it all the way there?
Mm,
And if you can, then I can give you everything. I can erase myself to fill your sky with colors. And like if you're here with me and this is it, then I don't need anything else. It's just you and your intoxication. That's enough for me.
yeah,
So again, it's about being lost in love and completely just surrendering. But once you know that you're safe to do so.
yeah. It's very poetic. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I can see a little bit of dialogue happening in there too. So it's
Yeah.
very nice. I can see how you were talking about the story before, like how
Yeah.
you illustrate that through the songs. That's amazing. Yeah, thank you for that. So, um, you've gone through this awesome journey to create your first album
Mhm.
and all the pieces that come with it. Do you have any advice that you would give to someone uh, like yourself, an artist who maybe is starting off in their journey as well?
Mhm. Um, well, there's a lot of things that you can say. Um, I think the biggest advice is to just believe in yourself. It takes a lot to put yourself out there and put your art out there and just, you know, just believe in yourself and you'll get through. I know for myself, I just had to at one point just kind of push through. I was like, there's no time to think. Like, you have to do it. Like, sometimes you hesitate, sometimes you're scared and you're nervous, but it, at the end of the day, it ends up being okay. So, if you can, just try your best to push through and get what you want because at the end of the day, it's like worth it.
Awesome. That's a lovely message. Okay. So, if a listener who's listening to this podcast and
Mhm.
listening to your music, um, what feeling do you want them to walk away with? What's your message, maybe?
I want the listener to feel seen and heard
Yeah,
through my music. If they have an emotion or something that they can or cannot express, or they just want to feel heard, like they can come to my music because I've done that for artists. I've gone to my favorite artists or my favorite songs and just felt seen and felt that they expressed what's in my head or in my heart. And I hope that listeners out there can find me doing that for them
yeah,
because it's a very special feeling. Um, and I hope that someone out there can listen to my music and feel the same way.
awesome. Okay, so do you want to talk about your music and what's coming out and just share like the details of that and where people can find you?
So you can find my debut album, Tu Hai Nasha, on Spotify and all the listening platforms. And you can connect with me on my socials. My Instagram's music.muskaan. That's spelled Muskaan. And all my socials, all my links are there. And you can stream my music anywhere.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Muskaan, for joining us today. It was
Thank
lovely talking with you.
Thank you so much for having me. It was really nice being here.
Amazing. Thank you all for watching.